Hit firecracker. Hit. Way down.
Welcome to Ballet
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Welcome back, Mangler3. I'm here. We're going to continue with Genshin Impact. We have to finish up this last quest. Let's see if we can get that done today. It's fantasy technology. It has to do with fishing, I think. Sounds like it's already up. Yep. Alright, so I'm on the edge. I was putting myself here to remind myself. We want to do wishes before we forget. We missed previous ones, but I've been trying to get this guy, Ayato. He's really fast and strong. So I want to try to get him. We'll definitely go at least one round, and we'll try for him before we start. Let's get these. 7 more. I have a feeling we're going to need water in the next area because I think it's fire. Oh no, we lost. We got Cookie again. Alright, let's try one more time. Nope. Cookie again. Ooh, Cookie and XL. Oh, she's now a level 6. This is a really good one. Everyone gets a 15% pyro bonus. So she's going to be a must-have pyro team. Where's Cookie? Not bad, she's almost level 6 too. Alrighty, let's go for this quiz. Called Phelpsy's Fantastic Adventure. So I guess Fantasy Fantastic. If we win this one, we get a new character. The French cat.
That can't be right. But what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance.
Greetings, Miss. Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
We received your commission request.
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, finally, someone has heard my prayers.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you pay us a little bit of Mora.
Oh, you are exactly the helpers I need. See, the problem is that the fish around a fishing spot at Irenaeus have just all up and vanished recently. They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away.
But
Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are a few other errands that I absolutely have to run. So
you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to you. Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the oracles you read about in fairy tales?
no, we already told you we're adventurers.
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll get a good night's sleep knowing the two of you are on the case.
But don't we just need to investigate the missing fish? It really doesn't sound too difficult.
No, you mustn't let your guard down. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I have good reason to believe that the fish have gone missing due to an encounter with the water imps.
Water imps?
Yes, you're both Outlanders, right? Our local fairy tales often speak of a terrifying underwater creature called Thelxie. The story our parents would tell us was always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child eating water imp? Did they tell you what it looked like?
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance. Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, everyone agrees that it's really dangerous. It lives in an underwater cave surrounded by pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose to track down lonely children who've lost their way. And once it finds a child, it uses its alluring singing voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them all. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kinda scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source.
Do you have any concrete evidence?
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
It's all hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Irenaeus. That's no laughing matter if you ask me. Both the Opera House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish chefs on the island can understand human language. Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a terrifying water imp as well?
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our leg? You're just piling on the rumors now. Still, if someone's really been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation, right, Traveler?
We'll go check it out.
Oh, marvelous. Then I'll just mark the stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what, safety always comes first.
That's really far away. Okay, that's an area I've never been to, so I don't have any of that unlocked. I mean, a little bit of a wall. I'll bet if I get this unlocked, I can unlock all the rest pretty quick. Let's do this and run south. It's gonna be an exploratory mission in a new area we've never been to. Freminet, is that the name of the French guy?
Useless.
Alright, let's open the map. Ta-da! Alright, that didn't really help us. But this one's closer, so we can go back. Teleport currently escaping? Or am I in the middle of it? Yeah. Something up there, but I'll come back to that one in the future. Quest. No time for presents. That's so weird. It looks like my box got moved.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
still a long way to go. Let's just keep following the path east. Harmonious reed pipe. Requires ripples released by bursting dew bubbles. Number of rooms, top shows. Multiple pipes, same number of rooms, must be activated. Good. Almost there. Yep, no more stops, just go straight. Shallow.
Is this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about? It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look, there's some footprints over there.
Footprints extend all the way to the water.
These look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else. Wait, did you hear something just now?
Gurgling noises can be heard coming from the water. The noises grow louder and louder until something emerges with a loud splash. Oh my gosh. Scuba diver.
Paimon? Traveler?
Fremine. Yeah, I almost got his name right.
I'm sorry. I forgot I was still wearing this.
You lose his helmet. He's diving.
Fremine!
Paimon, are you okay?
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Huh? A water imp?
We're investigating a water imp called Thelxie.
Thelxie, you say? How surprising.
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else is trying to investigate the water imp?
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated.
Reminds me of Albedo a little bit. Then, could you tell us about what's going on with you?
Sure, if that's in order. I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy. Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Fremine, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request, but out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it. It's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
The fish?
He nods slightly, seems lost in thought after you tell him about the Michigan Fishing Association. Suddenly, his breath catches in his throat.
I think I may have connected the dots. These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish? Well, it was probably because of me.
Huh? So that's how it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Just Fremine preparing for another day of work.
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
Whew. So in the end, it was just Fremine. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
Don't worry about it, just a misunderstanding.
Thank you.
Actually, how much work do you still have left, Fremine? Maybe we could lend you a hand.
Thanks for offering. But I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
Yeah, we're just really experienced for this kind of thing, that's all.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip!
Is that what you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, I think Paimon's right.
Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there.
Just magically appeared on top of wherever they were.
I've stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Thelxie!
Morse code. He's saying hi.
So that's Fermine's version of Thelxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Where's Penguin?
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Thelxie. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
Something's up. So, can Thelxie talk? In Morse
I
code?
wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints,
translate.
I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have two other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't anything too hard. And what's the other thing?
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to fight?
Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
What an imaginative employer! Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Whoa! Thelxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something we can do here in the camp.
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so please follow me. Here we go. I have this testing manual, so feel free to reference it if you get stuck. Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. Please give the testing a try.
Good.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right?
We're pretty much experts now.
Okay, that's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. I'll make sure to stay right by your side.
Already spent more time than planned on the transcription module. The work with the blank, although diving only to decipher output signal, unintelligible to everyone else. Sorry for not giving you a voice. Okay. We'll be in the water. Collecting the colors. The bird? Look at that parrot. Drunkard ship.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search. This is it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water to help us with all kinds of underwater exploration and excavation efforts. Here, try it.
Wait,
Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
he's just here right there. He's just here.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
He is. What's he up to? Again, it's so slow. Where's from faster money? Come on.
Is that my fault?
A distant harbor. I'm gonna go this way. I'm tired of the water. It's so slow.
Fremine, you're back. I thought you might have been out diving.
I'm sorry, Madame Destray. I must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
They're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madame Destray. Are you Fremine's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
Oh, do you really think so?
Do I look like a fairy too?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Fremine here with this commission.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Fremine had explained it to you already.
Well, Fremine told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Fremine is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure, you can tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right? Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes, he told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Loneliness syndrome?
It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably what made him so determined to become friends with the water imp.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
Oh boy.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as uncontrollable delusions.
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Once upon a time, there was a splendid, magnificent underwater kingdom of water in the Celestial Plain, 500 feet beneath the surface. Countless lovely water imps lived in houses made of rainbow shells and corals, tending to sea animals during the day and singing between fields of golden Vidaliga during the night. Everyone led carefree and blessed lives until the day of the Iridescence Parade, the important festival during which the new king would be crowned. Before the festival, all water imps would select the most precious pearl they owned, wrap it in golden branches and leaves, and offer it to their most beloved prince. And during the day of the parade, the prince would cross a rainbow bridge made from the offered shells, accept the crown from his father amid the applause of the subjects. Finally, the new king would bless everyone with his well wishes. As for the prince's name, it's none other than Thelxie.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie.
It's like official again.
It's like a beautiful dream.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, the story ended with a twist.
The day of the iridescence parade came as expected. Countless monsters also arrived alongside the prince. The monsters were evil and cruel, and they struck fear into all the water imps' hearts. The water imps, adept at singing as they were, could not defend themselves against the monsters, so the kingdom fell, the king was killed, and the water imps were locked behind bars. Rainbow Bridge lost its color and crumbled away. The prince was barely able to escape when, with the help of a mysterious masked individual, but he had already lost everything, and could only spend his days singing mournful songs. And just as the prince sang out of loneliness, so could his song only be heard by similarly lonely children.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
What do you mean?
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
Alas, most of the time he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy. He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world, but since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could use this book as a breakthrough for his condition. Here, you can take a look.
Ah, so Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the Water Imp Prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friends. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Fremine need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie, and help him regain his crown and country. But my child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Fremine here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son! Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Fremine to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the Kingdom of Water Imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the Water Imp Kingdom, right?
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously, and the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
So we'll be playing it straight, or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. still be able to help, right?
I'll try my
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son. We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find
The Madame was here.
What is it, Fremine? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves.
mentally prepare ourselves for what?
This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Fremine, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
You know this illness really well.
Ah, so that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Fremine, don't tell Paimon that you also...
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains. And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases, the patient could even pass away.
What? It could get that serious? And here Paimon thought they just stopped talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
Don't worry, I've seen all kinds of strange, difficult things.
Yeah, that's right. Paimon's seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria... Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Fremine?
Well, maybe because I've also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds.
So the penguin town you mentioned was...
So you remembered.
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark!
Suddenly, Firmine pulls out a diving helmet and puts it on his head.
Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just one of my personal quirks. Please pay it no mind. Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Well, I... and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere. It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah, that's the general idea of it.
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous things, as if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
Really? Like a miracle?
So I want to try on your helmet too.
Well, if that's in order.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, don't you still need time to work on Thuxie's weapon? We don't want to keep you from finishing your commission.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here again in 2 days.
Part 1 complete.
Those memories. So dark.
missed. Alright, he flips this one, and this one comes on. Zone, but then I don't think they can cross. Can they cross? Probably not. I think he's gonna have to do the flipping when they go this way. Yeah. How is he? Oh, he'll flip that one for him. Repeatedly? Need to go faster that way. And him to take longer. Even longer. Even longer. But he's gonna take a slow route. This guy. Oh, yeah. I kind of split that one up. The dominoes in place. Alright, finish debugging. Alright, next is record of the search for glory. When the echoing conch plays, it's possible to iridescent glory locations in the minimap. Search the designated glories complete charge. Some materials require a xenochromatic fontimer apparent abilities to equip. last one. What Hey, it worked. The last one? Success. Alright, number 2.
Demons do not stop for the rain. Move.
Use that one. What if I use this guy? There we go. Alright, so that guy's the other guy's the one. Shoot stuff. Sound. This guy here on purpose. This is not helping me. Oh, it worked. What does it do from farther away? Finally, I don't know how to beat that. That's going to be pretty long. Shoot a bomb in his head. Let me clean. This country to unlock the monster. Wait until 2 days later.
He's finally come to meet up with Zuria. Let's head over to Fremene's camp right away!
Next on the agenda.
Is your child feeling any better?
Thank you for your concern, Fremine. His condition is fairly stable. The family doctor said we might be able to take him out for a stroll today.
Zuria, Fremine, we're here!
Seems like everyone's arrived now.
Not quite. Aren't we missing someone? But Paimon has a guess where he might be. Hey, Thelxie! Oh, Thelxie's got himself a sword and a shield now. He's looking sharp.
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thelxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Fremine.
We helped too.
Yes, you really had a good eye for materials. Everything you found was high quality. Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown? You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but then I realized you might be able to find some prettier ones than what I could get my hands on.
Consider it done.
Seems like everything's ready to go. Shall we head out?
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since Thelxie has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
What should we draw on the page?
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference? Just make the atmosphere a bit less grim.
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to Paimon.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual content of the drawing, please tell me what you'd like to see.
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thelxie's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else?
Don't forget to add some color.
Color. Ah, color, yes, that's really important. The road in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with color and hope. Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful! Splendid ideas, everyone.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up. Thelxie most of all.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
I'm sure he is, Zuria. And this is still just the first page.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So let's get the show on the road and head towards the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Yay! Thelxie these fantastic adventures begin now!
After some time, you arrive at the shore above the underwater kingdom of water imps.
Look! Those are materials that we can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremine.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials. We shouldn't need anything else to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
Does it matter who I pick? Doesn't say. Probably not. Let's see if it's better lined up now. Yep. I don't know how I keep moving it.
So these are the underwater ruins that Fremine found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining.
This is the Kingdom of Water Imps, Paimon, not ruins.
Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just... Paimon thought we'd actually see a fairy tale world. Like with the Water Imps' colorful houses and the Rainbow Bridge.
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do it by myself.
It's okay, it's fantasy time.
Whoa, someone's already switched into fantasy mode.
Seems like the travelers already got the gist of things. You should do your best too, Paimon.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch too. Now entering Paimon Fantasy Mode! Ahem. Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
We are the companions of Prince Thalxi, your Divine Highness. We have come to help him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory! Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Huh?
You break character, Paimon.
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! Ahem. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you. And as for this prince, the the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will always be filled with light.
What?
My gratitude to your divine highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
All thanks to the power of Goddess Paimon.
Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over the kingdom. You will be sure to find that which you seek.
Charge it up and use it.
Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just ahead are some evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called... Yeti Churls of the Deep.
Lament! Worthless! Those accursed enemies are back again! Your Highness, please show them what you're made of!
Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Right now, emerge. Right here. Born of ice and frost. Taste this. This is long overdue. No touching. A sight to behold.
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitcher of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a diviniture of the deep will pose no threat to him.
Take reckoning! Getting gear! Prepare! Getting gear! Frost come!
Here comes the catch.
For Rex Levis!
Right now. Right here. Right now.
Please no.
Going on! Hey! Getting gear!
It's finally over! So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the kingdom of water imps?
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thuxie's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. I thought it would have taken longer for us to reach the heart of the ruins. It was my mistake. I should have told Fremine earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong! We just eradicated all the monsters in one go!
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time, and you too, Thuxie, my child.
Thuxie's turning out to be a real expert at fighting!
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the crown as soon as possible.
We can add an update to Thuxie's fantastic adventures as well! Now that we've reclaimed the kingdom of water imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book! Fremine? Why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book.
You just want to see someone draw Goddess Paimon.
Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then in that case, the story today should go something like this. After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps. At this time, but as for the crown,
Oh no, the crown isn't ready yet.
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight. The brilliant rainbow shall descend onto the kingdom once more.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all happening now. Whoa, the pages are beautiful. Zuria is really talented at drawing.
thank you everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to its end and the promised coronation. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Fremine, about the time you'll need for the crown.
Please don't worry. One day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure, okay?
Sounds good to me.
And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
All right, it's about time we start heading off too. You've still got some work to do, right, Fremine?
Yeah, I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs and choose the one that looks the best.
Fremine is really dedicated.
Yeah, Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, about that, it might be because...
Because what?
It's because... I hope...
What's the matter? And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
Don't tease Fremine, Paimon.
All right. We won't bother you anymore for today, Fremine. Let's see each other in 2 days' time.
Okay, thank you. See you in 2 days.
See ya.
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Swirling vortexes pine. Hey, Ion. Continent. Is that the right place, or am I... Let's see. Aha! This is it. Alright, we're gonna pick stronger people this time. We pick just random people. And a healer, don't forget a healer.
Another test subject. Don't be a killjoy! We only just begun.
Let's take her a little. Dance with the wings! Holding positions.
Boring!
I'm useless. Sick of this game.
Evil conquering! Worthless! Care for a dance. Care!
Another test subject.
I'm getting fairly low.
You can't run! I got careless.
This dance is for you.
Have a little taste.
Care for a dance. Lament! Worthless! Care for a dance. Dance with me! Worthless!
Another test subject.
Care! Worthless! Care for a dance.
Another test subject.
Temple of Wisdom.
Dance with me! Care for a dance. Worthless! Care! Care for a dance.
We'll take it. What's next? His healing's not really a thing, we just need to hurry up. We can do damage as fast as you're pretty good, right?
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Lament! Worthless! 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 Useless!
Yeah, we got 6,000. Very little reward besides the sword.
New punch. Bow your head.
This is world.
Let the mighty be humbled. That's close enough.
Cry loud!
That's close enough. That's following up. You coward.
Like insects!
Following orders. Silence! Be sanctified.
Cry loud! Disappear! Worthless! Worthless! Raise a storm! What do you think you're doing?
The time is beckoning. Settle down.
Your coming was foretold.
Verdict is...
Some target practice.
Retribution!
Raise a storm! Evil conquering! Worthless! Here!
2,000. We'll take it. Everyone gets extra receive less damage. No.
Another death shot. Be sanctified. Bow your head.
Let lightning echo in song!
Lament! Worthless!
What you got? Another death
Worthless! Here!
Let the world collide!
10,000. We crushed it. Charge attacks, plunging attack. Plunging is great. Alrighty. Let's get it to place. Counter spray. What's that? Hey, we got Fremenay, I think. That's the main goal of all this. Need a crown if we get to 100, so we only need 5 more. Wait until 2 days.
Today's the final day of Felix's fantastic adventures! Let's go find Fremen!
Probably could teleport. Sure. A little cheating.
Next on the agenda,
We're going to fight Shao's
We're way behind schedule.
Hey, Fremine! Felixy! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of...
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
She's come a long way.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Felixy, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? What, Fremine? Diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Wait, Lescaut d'Estray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
It can't be, right? Lescaut d'Estray? Zuria d'Estray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
Seems like we need to pay a visit to the Death Spring house.
I'm sorry, miss. we've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
To install language output on Galaxy, the output signal will use a similar cipher, but if it's twofold, processor already spare monitors. Frequently transfer testing. Offset the cipher, set to 1 for convenience. Data snag, land or pilot registration module. Used for Galaxy, same one as Deadly Helmet warehouse out of stock. Seems to make one from scratch using more than reference. I'll be looking into it. Right. Here we are. Let's go on the block. Let's see if we can. Oh, we do not have any, so I can switch to a block. Hopefully we need that.
There's no end to this.
Steady as stone. I'll catch up. Useless.
There we go. I'll get you. Oh.
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
Who's the patient? The door opens after a brief moment of silence. A man walks out.
This is the residence of Zuria Destri, and I'm Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends, by any chance?
We informed the doctor of all that's happened the last few days. Some nights of silence.
So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him.
She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic. But you're saying she...
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then, all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although, they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
So, how is Zarya now?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old
Doctor quickly retrieves the book and hands it to Fermi.
Yes, this is it.
We still need to finish the adventure and the picture book.
That's right. If what Dr. Jean Lacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zarya, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
We'll have to give it a try.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
Get back to crowd.
We're here again. This is the final part of Phelxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right everyone?
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Be careful, brave adventurers! Here comes the evil monster that stole the crowd! There! Let's eat these Cyclops! Let's beat them up!
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear! Prince Phelxie looks stronger than ever today! We will be going all out!
It's a good night show.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends, and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the Rainbow Bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the Rainbow Bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine, and... Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Zuria walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again. Mama loves you too.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
What's he saying?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Walks up to you, pulls out his helmet, placing it on your head. I love you, Maman. So that's what he's saying.
Mama. Mama loves you too.
But I love you more, Mamo.
Wait, what is this?
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
Three days later, at Criminal's camp.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Freminet! Why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it!
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit, but this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some point in the future you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
So perhaps fantasy is not just fantasy after all.
But what else can it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
What? That can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Got the crown. Looks like we got also penguin, water imprints. Just checking to see what else we play on this. Here's one. In the corner of the quarter, Lyonnaise, an old friend, set up a booth promoting tabletop little fungus fun-tastic fiesta. Quite novel. Look at this. Actually, I should turn in my English.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra. Is there something wrong with Paimon's eyes? Just now that thing which floated off ahead. Was that a fungus? The fungi invaded us? Let's go check it out. Thank you for your cooperation. The review has been completed and the companions are all very safe. They are no threat to the Fontaine citizens and ecological environment. As stated in the Fontaine Foreign Species Management Act and the Quartier Lyonnaise Code of Business Conduct, you may proceed with the review. Thank you, Mr. Arena. I didn't think hosting an event in Fontaine would be this complicated. It took all around 10 extra steps as compared to procedures at Port Ormuz. I guess my preparations weren't sufficient. Don't mention it, don't beat yourself up about it. You and your fungi companions are special cases. Mason gardenage rarely comes into contact with foreign fungi species, so proceeding with caution is necessary.
It is only normal that the observation and evaluation took quite a bit of time. Next, it shall be transferring your commission to the other guards. If the rumored Golden Comet and Silver Companion are spotted, the guards will notify them and ask them to meet you here. I hope your little fungi fantastic fiesta goes smoothly. You have a great time in the Quarterfontaine. If you need anything, call me. I'll be here. Ah, it seems won't be necessary anymore. They're already here. Wait a minute, by Golden Comet and Silver Companion, you refer to these? Super Zenith boss level forces? Whoa. How did we suddenly become the topic of your conversation? And what's with this strange name? You two are the same as ever, I see. Energetic, spirited, and with a reassuring air about you. I believe we met before, yes? That voice sure is familiar, but, do we know a lady like her? Based on your slightly tanned skin, you're not from around here, huh? What? Wait, Paimon kinda remembers now. This is kinda unbelievable, but... Are you Hania? The same Hania who's been taking care of Bongo Head and the other fungi for us? Yeah, that's me. Long time no see, Golden Comet Silver Companion. Your new outfit is gorgeous. Your new looks made you completely unrecognizable. You've changed so, well, too much. Even the way you speak has changed. And is that some way of making your trip to Fontaine with fungi buddies special? Actually, the Court of Fontaine does not impose a dress code on its visitors. You'd be welcomed warmly even if you were wearing a plain hunter's outfit. And the way Ms. Hania dresses is much more than just following a dress code. I'd say it's elegant, extremely elegant. Thank you so much. Your affirmation fills me with greater confidence. Anyway, I'm here in Fontaine to search for reliable investors for the official fungi tournament, and to host a preview event to advertise the fungi's cuteness and attract the audience in advance. According to Suka, we are conducting national business, and Fontainians are very particular about their dress, so when in Fontaine, do as the Fontainians do. She prepared my preview event plans, ordered this costume for me, and even gave me special training to improve the way I carry myself. Suka? Isn't that the light novelist who's been following you to gather material and helping you to take care of the fungi after being defeated by us? Paimon didn't expect her to be so well versed in foreign etiquette. Was she that knowledgeable? And if you still remember the tabletop game, Fungus Mechanicus, then you can give the brand new little fungi's Fantastic Fiesta a try. In Fungus Mechanicus, you direct your fungi to defeat all the Mechanica. The game received a pretty good initial response, but it was lacking in long-term potential, so it quickly lost popularity. As such, Suka combined elements from various documents and fiction, changed the Mechanica into pieces that simulate powerful opponents, which adds all manner of variables to the game. Suka is at the Steambird's office right now, discussing the game's marketing plan. Paimon sorta gets it now. So the preview event, Little Fungi's Fantastic Fiesta, is this tabletop game? And powerful opponents, you say? Does that mean we'll be commanding fungi pieces to clash with other creatures, and that both sides can move? The game sounds much more complicated now, but based on past experience, Paimon's sure we still have some details to iron out and perfect, right? Haha, that's right up our alley. No need to worry. We've resolved all the issues in advance. Ms. Hania and her little fungi's Fantastic Fiesta have received the Fontaine Research Institute's Bolivia and sponsorship for the Fontaine Project team, so everything is ready. Even if something is left unfinished, I, Torina, the most diligent member of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, would never allow to trouble you or distinguish our distinguished guests. You're Super Zenith boss level forces after all, and Ms. Hania is an important foreign merchant, so you can just leave any odd jobs to ordinary guards. Oh, so you're one of the guards. Paimon thought you were an assistant to Hania. You're so reliable. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Super Zenith boss level force recognized me. I've been acknowledged by an Apex warrior. You might be getting a bit carried away. As a newbie to the Special Patrol, I'm obliged to monitor foreign creatures, provide the highest level of assistance to special guests, and resolve issues that are beyond the ability of ordinary guards. If fungi-related events can bring considerable economic benefit to the Quantifon team, then I would be considered to have accumulated experience in beyond combat, and our captain would value me. Don't be so serious, it's just a game. Relax. In Paimon's opinion, anything linked to fungi is to help people forget their troubles and be happy. In that case, I happen to have a suggestion. Suka and I have tried this several hundred times, but we represent only two types of players, whereas the guests have the most diverse intelligence. As it happens, you two have very unique personalities and experiences. Ms. Tarina is also a most responsible person. If the two of you were to play a few matches, we should be able to discover many in-game limitations, and that will help with further improvements. Alright, time for a new game. Since even the Super Zen and Possible forces are absolutely interested, and this will help make an excellent feather in my resume cap, of course I'm happy to help. But I'm well aware that I'm inferior to you in all aspects, so please go easy. Alright. Lots of levels. I don't know if we'll have time, but let's get started. Why can't I? Yeah. Use the controller buttons to switch the little fungus to your control. In addition, you can select all to select the models. If you spot the field or an opponent, command him to move the button to shoot or start attacking. White markers confirm the targets, red lines choose your targeting, instruct them powerful skills. Okay, so we can do water to the fire. Go. Success. You're not just a Super Zenith Possible Force, you're a real Super Zenith boss. You're interested in taking up a position with the Maison? I'm sure you'll become a captain in no time and then advance further still into one of the organization's pillars. Alright, what's the pay like? About that, I'm not very sure. I really remember it's a monthly salary. Ordinary guards used to be 300,000 a few years ago. It's risen slightly by now. How much is that? I'm quite familiar number to buy one. Come on, am I worth millions? It can't be helped. I'll go ahead and kill Killjoy are right over there. Mr. Arena even specially arranged for someone to take care of the fungi. But as before, I prepared special Genesis statue. You can play with him while enjoying some snacks with him. Alright, that's what Kylan's talking about. You're really getting good at this. Fine. But Mangler, let's play around and then we'll go see Bongo. Alright. They want me to play, but I don't really have time right now, so I'm actually going to see if I can. I don't think there's anyone in the ring right now, so let me just double check. And no one else wrong. Okay. Well, have a good one, have a good Sunday.